Well, the search is ending. New details into the hunt for a person who allegedly stabbed a sheriff's deputy. And Graham Mertz only had to complete 5 passes. Why that was actually a key to the Badgers' win at Purdue. Plus, the latest on this week's deadly movie set shooting involving Alec Baldwin. That's all coming up at 10. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is ending its search for a person they say stabbed a deputy on Thursday night. This was the scene at Fesky Park just outside of Cross Plains. But the DOJ told us this afternoon there's no longer any danger to the public. But they also didn't say if anyone was in custody. Now we're just outside of yesterday looking at 2 schools in the area who were put on building holds. Now the DOJ says it's still looking into the incident tonight, which started when deputies were investigating a report of a suspicious person at that park. That person stabbed a deputy who later fired their weapon, but we're not exactly sure how many shots were fired. The deputy is recovering at home tonight from her injuries. And you can stay up to date with the latest info on this investigation by downloading our Channel 3000 News app. It's free and available in the App Store. Next at 10, the Badgers made a statement today in West Lafayette. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to run it a lot. Sports reporter Jordan Reed is there and recaps Wisconsin's 3rd straight win.
Plenty of opportunities for the Badgers today, a chance to make it 15 straight wins over Purdue, a chance to knock off a top 25 opponent, and make a statement in the Big Ten West. It's scoreless until late in the first, but who other than Braylon Allen to put Wisconsin on the board? Purdue doesn't stay quiet long. Game is tied at 13 going into halftime. But Wisconsin's offense continues to utilize the 1-2 punch of Allen and Ches Malusi, each with career-high days. Malusi for a 20-yard score. Badgers back on top as Wisconsin upsets the newly ranked Boilermakers 30-13.
Well, it was obviously good to come down here and get a win. And, you know, it's not easy to win in this conference. And has a good football team and takes so many efforts to win the game. It does take everyone to make it happen, and I thought that's probably what stood out to me the most.
We still have much more to come from this game later on in sports.
Well, it's starting to cool down. Here's a live look at the Capitol tonight. We're going to see some showers and some more cool temperatures. Unfortunately, tomorrow, meteorologist Austin Kopninski is outside, and he's got your certified most accurate forecast.
And we do have those showers on the way. You nailed it right there. I can see my breath outside right now. Temperatures near freezing or even below freezing for a lot of us. Currently 34 degrees right here in Madison, but with cloud cover incoming, we're likely not going to lose too many more degrees here later on into the nighttime hours, which is some decent news right there. But more good news, also staying dry here for tonight. Not expecting any rain showers in the nighttime hours. Tomorrow morning, also looking to stay relatively dry, but in the afternoon, that's whenever we're going to see those showers starting to pick up as temperatures really struggle to warm up again here for tomorrow. But speaking of temperatures, look at how chilly it is. Black River Falls right now, 25 degrees. Here in Madison, it is 34. Monroe, a little bit warmer, currently at 42 degrees. But thankfully, with calm winds, we're not seeing much of a wind chill here for most of us. Mineral Point, Platteville, and Monroe all seeing a little bit of a wind chill, but for most of us, not quite the case here for tonight. So patchy frost is again going to be possible. Increasing cloud cover, but we are looking at quite a few rain chances in the first half of this forecast. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll detail everything you need to know for the end of this weekend.
Topping our vaccine headlines, in just 3 days, the FDA will hold a public hearing to examine Pfizer's emergency use authorization into its shot for children. But there's still so many questions, and just a third of parents say they're actually going to let their kids get the vaccine once it becomes available. Christina Laurie shares the latest advice from local doctors.
Parents should have a lot of questions about the COVID-19 vaccine and how safe it is for their kids. Luckily, local doctors also have a lot of answers. Right now, children account for about 30% of all new COVID infections nationwide.
And they're getting sicker, so they're missing school and actually ending up in the hospital at a higher frequency.
That's why local medical leaders like SSM Health Dr. David Ottenbaker say once the Pfizer vaccine is approved for emergency use,
We really do, again, strongly recommend that they get vaccinated.
parents should take their children to get vaccinated, but many are still hesitant. A CBS News poll conducted earlier this month found 37% of parents will, while 35% won't. 26% still aren't sure.
Well, I think it's just the overall hesitancy of whether the vaccine is effective, how safe it is.
Dr. Ottenbaker says vaccine safety has not been compromised by the speed at which the vaccine was created. Clinical trials found Pfizer's shot nearly 100% effective, with no impact on puberty or later in life fertility. Like adults, children experience 2 to 3 days of cold-like symptoms post-vaccine. As for whether mass vaccination will eliminate the need for masks altogether,
I think that's the million-dollar question.
that's less clear.
Again, we know masks work, right?
And you can find the answers to more commonly asked questions about the COVID-19 vaccine and what it means for your kids at the links we've posted on our website, channel3000.com. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Results from 2 other ongoing trials for children under the age of 5 are expected later this year. If you're going to try to get a booster shot, some places in Wisconsin are already giving them out. The CDC approved boosters for all 3 vaccines on Thursday. It also said vaccine mixing is not only okay, but it's also encouraged, especially if you got that Johnson & Johnson 1-shot dose the first time around. Miraculously, the Kenosha County Sheriff K-9 shot in the forehead earlier this week will return home tomorrow. K-9 Riggs is going to be welcomed back at an event in Kenosha. On Thursday, sheriff's deputies went to a gas station where they were investigating a stolen vehicle connected to a murder in Chicago. As authorities tried to arrest the suspect, they took off and shot at the deputy and hitting the K-9 Riggs. Charges for the suspect are still pending.
Her photography was beautiful. And every day, everybody on the camera team was proud to be there for her because we were proud of what we were creating.
Helena Hutchins is being remembered tonight at a Candlelight Vigil. Hutchins was the director of photography, shot and killed on a movie set in New Mexico on Thursday. At the vigil, friends and colleagues called Hutchins a rising star and said they wished that they could have had one last chance to work with her. Meanwhile, we're learning more about the actor Alec Baldwin's role in Thursday's shooting. A search warrant reveals an assistant director handed the prop gun to Baldwin and said it was safe to use and did not have live ammo. Investigators are now focusing on a wooden chapel-like structure on the set of Baldwin's Western Rust. It's still unclear how many rounds were fired off. And 5 people are hurt following a home explosion in Minnesota. This happened this morning in Cambridge, just north of Minneapolis. 4 of those hurt were in their 40s, and they're all expected to be okay. Investigators haven't said what caused that explosion. And in more local news, more than 270 law enforcement agencies around the state hosted events today for Drug Take-Back Day. People who were asked to dispose of unwanted or unused medications. Madison police say they collected a record of 97 pounds at today's drop-off.
I have noticed that with some people. They didn't realize that the impact of flushing medication down the toilet. That there isn't a filter for that. It does go into the environment. And then secondly, people really appreciate it because they didn't know what they could do.
Wisconsin AG Josh Call was also at today's event. On Monday, a Dane County judge will hear arguments after Call asked the court to intervene in the GOP-led review of the 2020 election. Now, Call told us today that he thinks this investigation is unlawful.
One is they're too broad. They don't provide with enough clarity what topics he wants to ask questions about. He also seems to be conducting what he views as a law enforcement type investigation. The speaker compared it to a murder investigation, and that's an executive branch function, not a legislative branch function.
Special counsel Michael Gableman has not responded to the AG's request. Monday's hearing will only involve subpoenas issued to the state's election commission, but could impact mayors and local election officials around the state, including right here in Madison. A former member of the Trump administration is expected to testify about the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. New tonight, former DOJ official Jeffrey Clark said he will comply with the subpoena from the January 6th committee. Clark's upcoming appearance is scheduled for Friday. Turning a place for learning into one for living. Coming up at 10, we're going to look inside some unique new apartments in our area. And later, serving those who served us, how local heating technicians are making sure our veterans stay warm this winter.
experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
This is Ford Truck Month. Time to take a ride in the all-new 2021 Ford F-150 with an available 12-inch touchscreen, an available interior work surface, and for powerful performance on demand, a class-exclusive available Pro-Power onboard mobile generator. These are America's best-selling trucks. This is Ford Truck Month. Inventory levels are coming back up, making Truck Month the time to get an F-150 with 0 for 72 and 1,000 retail order bonus.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Your whole team can see your upper thigh. Pour that smooth roast and aim that camera up high. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all means that you call Gruber Law Offices and your case is handled. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. They take care of you completely.
One call, that's all.
Sunday morning, we will have Badger highlights and preparations for the Packers game. And Julian will be preparing you for the possibility of rain on your Sunday. Join us Sunday morning from 6:30 to 8.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
The annual Wisconsin Book Festival is finding ways to bring book lovers together this weekend. The 4-day festival hosted a majority of its in-person events today at Madison's downtown Central Library. Everything was forced to actually go virtual last year during the pandemic, and the festival wraps up tomorrow with a virtual event hosted by the popular science writer Mary Roach. You can learn how to register at wisconsinbookfestival.org. New tonight at 10, the state is helping two businessmen in Iowa County make sure a space known to many in the area lives on. Tahalil Mahaldin joined them at a community open house today and shares how they're mixing the old with the new.
It looks like your typical elementary school.
Check it out. This used to be the old boys' bathroom. Oh. Here's the demo work.
But if you open any one of 11 doors, instead of a classroom, you'll find a one-bedroom apartment.
Come on in.
Is this yours?
This is mine, yes.
Really? Tina Amble was one of the first tenants to move in.
This was Mrs. O'Donnell's room. Second grade. All three of my kids went to school here.
Outside her door, a ceiling tile painted by her daughter decades ago at school.
It actually feels very comforting. I love the nostalgic hallway.
The project is the brainchild of Sean Crook and his business partner, Rick Kurska.
They're incredible individuals. They took on a tremendous risk, financial risk, to do this. I think they've turned it into a beautiful facility.
An undertaking made easier by a Wisconsin Economic Development Grant.
That helped us offset a bunch of the costs on this building. We're looking at a $1 to $1.1 million upgrade to get this building up to code.
And it's not just affordable housing the remodel brings.
These people are the ones that keep the history of Arena alive.
It's also the new home, free of charge, of the Arena historians and Arena food pantry.
This could be an efficiency apartment. They could have turned this purely into cash, and that was never their intention.
And as for the old school gym, that's now the home of a new business.
They came to us with a need, and we were able to fill it.
All this to preserve a community fixture beloved by generations.
This was everybody's building.
In Arena, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
Arena Elementary was actually built in 1968 and closed in 2018. School-age kids living in Arena are instead bused to schools in Spring Green and Plain. Well, get ready to press some extra buttons tomorrow morning. Beginning tomorrow, if you're in Wisconsin, you're going to have to use all 10 digits to dial a local number. That's the new area code and 7-digit number. The change will affect landlines and cell phones in all 6 of the state's area codes. Austin is back now with your certified most accurate forecast.
Yeah, changes are happening with the weather as well. If you guys have noticed, it's gotten quite a bit cooler outside. Not quite seeing any snow chances, but it's also not nearly cold enough to do any type of ice fishing or anything of that nature. Barron County Sheriff Department did report yesterday someone unfortunately tried to go ice fishing and, as you can imagine, didn't have the best luck out there. There's really not any ice, so keep that in mind. It's going to be some time before we can get out and ice fish. Temperatures are just barely breaching into the freezing area here, but the mornings are going to stay chilly in our extended forecast, so we are going to have plentiful days that are around freezing, but also plenty of mornings that are going to be well above freezing as well. The rain returns on Sunday, and seasonable temperatures. That means highs in the mid-50s, and that means low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s for the most part. Live look outside, though, staying dry. It's great news, but we don't have any frost advisories. Now the actual temperature outside is 34 degrees, but why do we not have any frost advisories or freeze warnings? Well, the end of the growing season is here. Not only that, most of these communities have also dropped below freezing. The average low temperature has dropped far enough as well. You throw all these together, and now the National Weather Service is going to wait until the end of winter, whenever we start warming things back up, to start reissuing those frost advisories. So now it's just normal. But it does look like on our Doppler track, we are staying dry. Great news there. But the next rain chance that we're tracking will move through here for tomorrow. It does look like the morning does remain dry, but then towards the afternoon hours, we'll start to see those showers developing here, especially from our south and southwest as they continue to move through our communities, bringing some rainfall. A chance to see an isolated thunderstorm, but not the greatest chance as of right now. And it does look like those showers continue in the overnight hours, but this model still does try to show this clearing out in the morning hours on Monday. If that were to occur, that would be great news, bringing some sunshine at the end of our day here on Monday. Other models a little more pessimistic right now, but if that model holds, that would be great news here for us. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook does show that at the end of the forecast, we're likely going to be a little bit below normal here with our precipitation that's expected, and that's also reflected here. The first 5 days of this forecast here, we do have quite a few chances for those showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but it does look like we really just have a shower chance for the most part. Extended forecast does show a lot of sunshine at the end here, especially on Sunday, and that's Halloween as well. This next Sunday, tomorrow Sunday, not as nice here with some rain showers in the afternoon. Next Sunday for Halloween, a high of 53 degrees and some sunshine. That'll feel pretty good out there for trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, Austin, that's a perfect forecast for our next story because we are entering the busy season for heating technicians as people definitely begin to feel the chill in the air. But as Anna Hansen explains, for dozens of local veterans, the cold won't be a problem this winter.
What I do every day, I really enjoy.
On a chilly fall day, the technicians at General Heating and Air Conditioning are gearing up for a busy season of furnace checks. But today's checks aren't by the book. Today, Scott Son and over 30 other technicians are sacrificing their time to honor the sacrifices of others, conducting furnace checks for veterans free of charge. It's part of the annual Heats On event, run by a local group of steam fitters.
Why not go and help these guys out when they need it?
This year marks 33 years since the event started with free heating system checks for 40 veterans. And while they're getting free maintenance, Zahn says it's the technicians being truly rewarded.
These people, they put their lives on the line for us.
For Zahn, the free service is the least that can be done to help honor those that have done so much.
This stuff is always there for them, so why shouldn't we be there for them?
Harold Miller can attest to the memories. A Vietnam veteran, Miller's recollection of his time stationed in Long Bend hasn't been affected by the years. He remembers everything right down to the second.
I always tell people that if you remember the
TV program MASH, and remember radar? Well, I kind of was operating like radar. A lot of times I would have to run out to the junkyard and cannibalize a part off of a Jeep or whatever.
In pictures, he smiles with the friends he'd made in training, friends he hasn't seen for 68 years. Miller has been benefiting from the Heat's On program for 3 years, and he says he's grateful for the gift of heat.
It's been a very helpful program.
A gift that keeps Miller and his memories nice and warm. In Cross Plains, Anna Hansen, News 3 Now.
General Heating and Air Conditioning replaced 3 furnaces today. The oldest was actually 44 years old and somehow still running. Well, Wisconsin beat a ranked team for the first time in 23 months. We're going to hear from head coach Paul Christ right after this in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
New Milk-Bone Dipped. A treat so tasty, everyone will want to be a dog. Coated in delicious peanut butter flavored yum. Dog life's more fun with new Milk-Bone Dipped.
When you open a jar of Better Than Bouillon, you open up dinner time to great flavor. Chicken, beef, roasted garlic, sauteed onion. With Better Than Bouillon, the possibilities are endless. Make your everything better with Better Than Bouillon. Don't just make it better.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Well, the Badgers faced off against 25th ranked Purdue today in West Lafayette, a week after the Boilermakers pulled off a stunning upset over Iowa. And folks, this game was all about that Wisconsin running game. Quarterback Graham Mertz only attempted 8 passes today. 8. But who needs passing when you have running backs like Ches Malusi and Braylon Allen? This is the 17-year-old Fondy native Braylon Allen taking it 70 yards to get the Badgers into enemy territory. And the defense, well, it was pretty darn good, too. Here's one of Wisconsin's 3 interceptions on the day. And boy, was that a dominating win. They hold on for the 30-13 win. Paul Christ's first win over a ranked team since 2019. Sports reporter Jordan Reed is in West Lafayette with more.
Wisconsin's offense shined against Purdue. Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi combined for 289 yards and 3 touchdowns. But most of those opportunities were made possible because of the Badgers' defense. 5 forced turnovers in the upset.
We shot ourselves in the foot a couple times in the offensive end, and the defense bailed us out. That's been one of our biggest things, just valuing the football. And offensively, you don't want to turn the ball over, and you don't want to put the ball on the ground at all. But they did a great job of bailing us out a couple of times and forcing those turnovers, so it was cool. It was really good. It was really nice to have that.
Once one happens, I mean, everybody believes, and it's been awesome. Everybody was flying around with the ball today, and again, I'm just so proud of our defense and our whole team.
We want to get better every week, individually, and I think Jack and I, we're just trusting the process and continue to get better and find more opportunities for turnovers and sacks.
I'm proud of everyone and how they attacked this week, and and then we came out here and executed it. And when you're a part of that, and you guys. Everyone understands what they're doing, even if it's new schemes, everything like that. When you come out here and you're confident and you're well prepared, then things like this happen.
I think recognizing too, the defense that we have. How can we, offensive line-wise, offensively complement a good defense, and that's getting that thing going.
The Badgers continue to control their fate in the Big Ten West and say this win is a huge confidence boost heading into next week against Iowa. Reporting from West Lafayette, Jordan Reed, News 3 Sports.
Okay, so the biggest win in football today was in Happy Valley, and we're going to pick this one up in the 9th overtime. That's the most ever in an FBS game. Penn State can't convert, so yes, Illinois gets a chance to win, and they do that. Former Badger coach Brett Bielema gets his first Big Ten road win for the Fighting Illini, 20-18. And before we go any further, I just have to say, of course, this would be in the highlights because our producer, Stephen Cohn, is a proud alumni of Illinois. With all the injuries and moving pieces around the Packers roster, it's kind of hard to believe that Green Bay is off to that 5-1 start. But now it's helping that Aaron Rodgers is under center, of course. But the front office has been making all the right moves, bringing in veteran guys that have fit and filled in really nicely. And so far this year, Rodgers is starting to feel like this Pack team is kind of like that one in 2010 when they won that, Super Bowl.
This season is beginning to remind me a little bit of a season over a decade ago where we've had a number of injuries and in the course of the season added certain pieces to the mix that ended up playing a big role down the line. I think you guys can imagine what season I'm talking about, which is a good thing.
Oh, we can remember that one, Aaron. The Packers kick off tomorrow at Lambeau against Washington. And how about the Bucks? Coming off a 42-point loss to the Heat, Milwaukee rebounds, and they beat the Spurs. The Bucks will return to court Monday against Indiana. Well, we're going to have a final check of your first warn forecast when we come right back.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection serves all of Dane County and the surrounding communities. And with our new location in Monroe, we also proudly serve all of Greene County.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
The Community Forum for in-depth discussions on the matters that matter to you. For the Record, Sunday morning at 10:30 on News 3 Now, sponsored by MG&E.
Your whole team can see your upper thigh. Pour that smooth roast and aim that camera up high.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
At U.S. Cellular, we know the local landscape, so we can help everyone stay connected for less. And less also
also means more, as in more choice. While the other guys may limit your options, at US Cellular, you choose any phone and we make it free. That's right. Visit our store and any phone you see is free. Plus, get unlimited data for $30 a month and get the most out of our state-of-the-art network, wherever you choose to go. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the SUV of the future for everyone. Ford Explorer, America's best-selling SUV, with available seating for up to 7 passengers. An available terrain management system. Because the SUV of the future isn't built for a few. It's built for America. Ford Explorer. Drive one today. Now lease an Explorer XLT for just $389 a month, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Call for Action investigates the teacher shortage problem Monday at 6.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Download the Channel 3000 app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Well, it's not prom season just yet, but a Madison woman is inviting everyone out to have a good night for a good cause. We first told you about the Ebony Eyes Foundation 2 weeks ago. Tonight, the nonprofit hosted an adult prom to benefit pancreatic cancer research.
Everyone has a run walk. My idea was to have different events that would bring people out to have fun, to raise awareness where it wasn't always a somber occasion. They can have fun, remember their loved ones, honor them, and, you know, just have a great time.
In addition to tonight's prom, the Ebony Eyes Foundation is also planning volleyball, bowling, and shuffleboard tournaments, all some fun gatherings where people can make a lot of memories and make a big difference. Well, I'm going to have to admit to you, Austin, my homecoming actually, it wasn't prom, it was homecoming, but I skipped it to watch the Badgers take on Nebraska. I actually faked an injury during the first dance and left, so I'm sorry to whoever I went to with the freshman prom, but there you go.
Worth it.
Or freshman homecoming, I should say.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I hope they spin those CDJs and dance the night away out there, because tonight it's chilly. 34 degrees. You're going to need to dance to actually stay warm if you are going to spend some time outdoors. Increasing cloud cover and patchy frost possible by tomorrow morning.
Thanks so much for watching us tonight. That's all we have. We'll see you later on.